All right,
So
we are live.
What's going
Sean,
on,
kick us off.
if you're wondering what's going on Clubhouse, we were about to hit the stream button, and we're gonna be streaming this to YouTube and to Twitter also. And I just got the notification. We are live now on Facebook. We're on YouTube, and we should be on Twitter also. I was scrolling for one of the OG artworks, Eric. I'm gonna have to go with this one, which is pretty dope. So I'm going with the Kingdom Warriors artwork here. Eric, you dropped out of Clubhouse. Where'd you go?
Oh, sorry.
Did you tap into someone else's room?
It said I went to your old room you were doing.
Really?
It's weird. It let me go to your old room, the NFT 101.
NFT Security 101. There we go.
Invite some people, you guys. Let's get this party popping.
Yeah, I'm gonna click. I got a couple friends that they wanted me to notify them when we started. So let's do Katie.
My brother JD in the audience. He just sent a friend from California to come over here. It's pretty fun meeting them.
You need to go to bed. On Clubhouse and on YouTube and Twitter, Eric, I'm going to abandon you for like 2 minutes because my daughter's poking her head in. This is real life, you guys. We will get started with NFT Security 101. We're going to be talking about how to protect your wallet. We're going to be talking about hot and cold wallets. We're going to be talking about a lot of different things. So I'll be right back.
Awesome. Let me see. Let me make sure my thing is actually... I'm actually trying to get the right mic on. Let's see. All right. Welcome everyone. Today we're going to be talking about NFT security. So a little bit of background. We're launching this project called Kingdom Warriors, and we've had some attacks. We just hit 5,000 members in Discord. We're super excited, but we've gotten some attacks from some just, I don't know. We don't even know who they are. Just random people online attacks, trying to spam our mass DMs, trying to basically steal people's crypto, steal people's Ethereum, all that stuff. And because of that, we're like, man, this is something that it's like the wild, wild west. NFT technology, blockchain technology, it's so amazing, but it's like the wild, wild west. And because of that, if you guys remember anything about the wild, wild west, or have you seen the Will Smith movies, man, it was just crazy back then. Everyone's just robbing each other, stealing each other's money, trying to scam. There's just a lot. So the whole thing about crypto, the reason why it's so revolutionary is because it cuts out the big banks. It cuts out the banks. Therefore, it does give you, the wallet holder, your own responsibility over your funds. You have responsibility over your wallet, over your bank account. It's basically you are your own bank. You have your own wallet. You have the keys to your wallet. And if you let hackers or go on malicious phishing websites, any of that kind of stuff, people could take those keys and they can access your wallet. And there's no, as of right now, Coinbase and some other ones, if they're banking with them, they are insured. They do have they'll pay you back if you get jacked from them. But for the most part, for MetaMask and a lot of other places, if someone gets your keys, they can take your crypto. And so today we are talking about NFT Security 101, how to protect your wallet, how to protect your future, your legacy, hot, cold wallets, how to set up no DMs in Discord, all the good stuff to help protect yourself. Are you back good? Let's see if Sean's back good.
I'm good. I think it's interesting the difference between what you were talking about, like the wild, wild west, where we have control of our wallets, as well as we don't, like you said, we don't have a backup. Like most people in the United States, when we go to a bank, the bank will have this sticker on the door that says FDIC insured, right? Like it's insured by this federal insurance program. And that's the interesting thing about the crypto and the NFT space is there's no tech support. There is no FDIC that we get to go to. And so that's something that's really interesting to me with this whole thing. And that's why it's so important for us to all be safe, right? Like that's why it's important for us to keep our wallet safe. That's why it's important for us to keep our seed phrases. And so I want to go super basic tonight, Eric, because I love something that you said. So let's talk about like the backup side. So let's say, for example, you go and you connect your wallet, which maybe we should even explain what a wallet is. But you connect your wallet to a contract and someone steals your crypto and your NFTs out of your wallet. What would you do?
If they steal your NFTs out of your wallet, you can't do much. So you're basically, you're basically kind of out of luck, SOL.
Are you muted on Clubhouse still? Because I don't hear you.
No,
Where'd your
I'm.
audio go on Clubhouse?
Can you hear me?
Still nothing on Clubhouse. Can anybody
Really?
DM me? Do you hear Eric either? I don't hear him on Clubhouse.
Can anyone hear me on Clubhouse?
I don't. You're unmuted, but I don't hear. Up there,
All right. What
something
about now?
happened. Not yet. Something. There it is. There it is.
You can hear me now?
I can hear you
Man,
now.
these headphones are so weird. Okay, I need to see what's going on with these headphones. But I'll just do it without them to make it easy, simpler. So yeah, your SOL, if you don't have if you don't have that, you're just SOL and you can't do anything. There's no really helping you. So the whole thing about crypto
let's explain for the European people, what does SOL mean?
like so out of luck or out of luck, basically.
There you go.
Sorry, out of luck.
The SHAIT out of luck, right?
Yeah.
To keep it family friendly. So I actually heard this story, and I'm going to go ahead and pin. So if you want to learn more about this stuff, we're going to drop the replay of this in the Discord for Kingdom Warriors, which is you are a co-founder of Kingdom Warriors. And we can drop that even in the comments of Facebook and YouTube also. And so one of the interesting things, so the replay will be there available, and we're going to put more resources there. So I heard this story not too long ago. And what happened is someone was in a Discord and they're really excited about a project, right? And in the Discord, they were talking about, hey, mint day is coming up. We're so excited. Here's the mint price, which if you're new to NFT land, what a mint is a mint means that you are the first owner of that NFT. It's the very first. It's kind of like new construction in the housing market. And so they were so excited. They were pumped. And they were going to mint their NFT, and they're going to mint like a couple of them. Well, the interesting thing is because some people are getting really sophisticated with this. They duplicated their website. So the official website, from the fonts to the images to the buttons to everything. And then what happens is they went on Discord and they created a profile that looked like the official profile. And when that person then got a direct message from someone that looked like an official person, and it said, hey, mint day is here. We're ready to go. Click on this link. They were excited. They clicked on the link, and then they connected their wallet. And a few hours later, all of their crypto and all of their previous NFTs was gone. Now, the good thing is they were newer to this, but that's something that we have to watch out for. So, Eric, in Discord land, and I'm getting I'm getting some DMs in the Clubhouse, but in Discord land, what is like a number one rule of don't do this in the Discord? And you're muted on StreamYard, so don't wait for it. And now, okay.
Are we live? So don't do in Discord. And if you go to our link in bio, NFT education, we have a free course for new and even moderate NFT Discord users. People, if you're somewhat new to NFTs, if you have less than 5 NFTs, we have basically a cool course in there free, because we don't want the NFT community to get just come in and get excited and then they get burnt out because they lose $300 or even $1,000. Like then it just kind of makes, it just really puts a dampen on your NFT journey. So, looking back on my NFT journey, I've been thankful. I bought in some bad projects, but I haven't been scammed because I just really researched how to make sure I protect myself from the beginning. So here we go. So NFT. So we actually, there's actually a channel called Security Strategy we put in there too. So we have education and we also have security strategy. So I kind of wanted to even share this, but I'll probably do this on a future video where I share my screen. But basically, one, do not interact with DMs. If you click on, basically treat every DM as if someone's trying to scam you. Like, always be cautious of DMs in general. It could be Michael Jordan, it could be Michael Jackson, it could be, but still treat them like they're probably trying to scam you, the fake Michael Jackson, and he's trying to touch your crypto. And so you want to treat everyone like they're a scammer. So under privacy and safety, pretty much of every Discord you can go to privacy and safety section of user settings. And you can, step one, you can click keep me safe. Step two, make sure to allow direct messages from server members is turned off. So you want to turn off allowing direct messages from server members. Step three, do not click on any links in your DMs. Another thing, when minting, only buy from official links on the official links on the official links tab of the Discord. And even then, there's times where a moderator's account could get hacked, and then they try to post on official links, say, "Hey, hurry up, everyone mint here," because they got hacked and they haven't got to recover, or no one's got to tell them. Maybe the team was away for an hour and a moderator got hacked that had permissions to post announcements or change the official links or tag everyone and make them try to mint under some, like he said, a site that's like XYZ instead of .com. And then they try to have a duplicate site that looks real. Everything looks legit. I mean, these hackers are getting very smart on how to duplicate your website, rip off your website, buy something a couple digits off, and try to scam your, we have a community of 5,000 people. So these people will try to do that. And because of that, you need to just basically, just always even ask. Like, if someone's just randomly saying, "Hey, you need to go mint here, you need to mint this NFT, everyone go now." And then one of the things I noticed from all the scammers, they always say all other websites are fake. And they do it in cap locks. I've noticed they say all other sites are fake. So they always say like theirs is real, everyone else is fake, which you might see that even from official links sometimes, like say, "Hey, everything else besides is fake." But I have noticed every scammer, I'm like, they're always saying everything else is fake, only trust them, which is just kind of funny because it's the very opposite of what you should do. But anyways, so that's something I've noticed. And basically every project that has any real potential, you're going to get DMs, because it's like the Wild Wild West as far as DMs go. You're going to get DMs. They're going to try to give you say, "Hey, minting is happening now," even though according to the project, minting is happening at the end of the month. They're going to say it's happening now. They're going to say, "Hey, go to this site." The site will be usually a phishing site that tries to, find any data they can get about your seed phrase, all that stuff. So that's a little bit of tips. Hopefully it helps.
Well, that was great, Eric. And I mean, the interesting thing is, I love the tip of like, hey, turn off DMs if you're new to a server, and then later you can turn it on like one server at a time. I was listening to a town hall that was it was like a 101, kind of like a, hey, let's like a update on the project earlier. And the guy was like, "Look, I'm going to turn on DM. So if you guys need to DM, you can. But in most servers, even especially the larger ones, in like the rules or the announcements or like the official links, a lot of people will put, and it'll say, 'We will never DM you first.' And then if you do some kind of giveaway, you're like, 'Hey, DM me, the moderator,' like direct message is what that means." And so, Eric, I'm looking at the Facebook questions, the comments that we've got going on. So what's up? We got Julie Peace, Morphew in the house. And then we have an anonymous Facebook user. It's cool. I love the anonymous people. I'm not anonymous. My name is Sean. What's up, y'all? But they said, "How do I keep them from stealing?" So we can keep people from stealing by what I heard you say is, don't click on direct messages in Discord unless you know that person. And in Discord, you can actually send someone a friend request, right? And so like, Eric, you and I became friends on Discord once I got to know you guys a little bit more. And anytime I want to get to know other people, anybody else in Discord and start to kind of chat, then all of a sudden I send them a friend request and I'm like, hey, I just sent you a friend request, and I just did it yesterday. There was another guy, me and him were in a Discord together, and we were talking about apps. And Eric, I'm going to mute you on Clubhouse just because there was a little bit of feedback there for a second. But when we were chatting, I was like, hey, I just posted about this on LinkedIn, and he's like, great. And so I said, hey, let's connect a little bit later, like tomorrow. And so we friend requested each other. We started to chat a little bit. And then like he ended up adding me, like once we kind of like shared links, and then we got to know each other. So, and there's something interesting in the NFT space that I've learned, which is called doxing, right? So Eric, don't unmute yourself in Clubhouse first, but what does doxing mean for everyone?
So doxing just means that your identity is out there. Like for instance, like if you go to our Meet the Team, you have myself, you have reviews I have as a business person, clients that I've served, from like professional baseball players. You have reviews, testimonials of just who that person is. One of the things is basically uncovering yourself. Like in the world of the bad part of doxing is like posting someone's address, or like, oh, this person doesn't think the way you do, so you post their address on the news. Like that's the bad doxing. Doxing in the NFT world is good because if you're giving someone $250,000, $1 million for a project, you want to ensure that one, if they do go and just take the money and run, you at least know their real name. People can, like post on social media, hey, watch out for their next project. And there are people who are undoxed who go project to project to project, just trying to basically take people's Ethereum and run. So yeah, so our team, like we have people who have worked with Disney, the Google, the Marvel, and these people don't want their reputation tarnished. And we are like showing like, hey, look, we're a team who has done projects with these like blue chip companies. So this is the level of, one, here's who we are, here's our background. Secondly, here's what you can expect. And like we're putting our money and our reputation on the line. So it's something that you want to do. NFT 101 is security wise too, to protect your Ethereum, is be careful investing in people when they're just anonymous, because they could just shut down the Discord after the mint, after they collect all the money, they sell everything, they shut down the Discord and they shut down their Twitter, and adios. You'll never find them because they're anonymous.
Yeah, let me make sure. There we go. I forgot to do it that time on Clubhouse. It's interesting the what happens, because if you think about buying an NFT, right? The interesting thing about NFTs is people are selling a token. It's a lot like, I actually just posted this on Twitter. Shameless plug. I created a Twitter account called Web3 Simplified, and I've been posting literally like definitions, like doxed and undoxed, like simple definitions like that, as well as some sketches. And one of the sketch that I made last night while watching Georgia beat Alabama in the national championship game, which if you're a Georgia fan, congratulations. I'm not one, so I wasn't the happiest, but I'm not a Bama fan, so I also wasn't hurt. But in that Twitter account, I shared basically how NFTs, I drew a picture of a key, and like if you imagine like one of those old keys, the old style keys where it's like a circle and then it's like a long piece, and then like the part that goes into the door to unlocks it, that turns the mechanism. It says NFT, and it's a lot like an NFT is a lot like a key that will unlock doors for you to new communities and new networks, as well as it's a lot like a ticket to an event. And so if you were an investor and you were, let's say, for example, you're buying a ticket to attend a mastermind for 10 weeks or for 10 months, would you do that with a completely anonymous group? Now, if maybe they had a smart contract, which a smart contract in NFT land, what happens is a smart contract is written in such a way so that if you click this button, then this process starts and there's nothing you can do to change it. Now, of course, there's a little bit more to it than that, but that's essentially what a smart contract is. And when you go to buy an NFT or mint an NFT, that's what happens. You are fulfilling a smart contract where you say, hey, if I do this, then this will happen. Like this will be sent to me if I send you money. And so some people have money to lose and they're going to go in with an anonymous team. But a lot of us, what's called normies in NFT land, right? A lot of us are just normal people with everyday bank accounts. We don't have hundreds of thousands of dollars to be wasting. Or if we lose a couple $1,000s, sometimes it's a big deal. And so we have to be really careful not to click on those links in Discord, and make sure we go to either the official Twitter account, or make sure we go to the official link in Discord, or even an OpenSea, right? I mean, we were just chatting as a Kingdom Warriors team because I'm in there with you guys. I'm on the marketing side. And there was someone who went to OpenSea. And what they did is they took, like, if you're watching this live stream or if you see in Clubhouse, like the link at the top, they took some of the artwork from the Discord, probably, and then they created their own account in OpenSea and they sold like 1 or 2 NFTs to people. So someone bought fraudulent NFTs. They created their own, uploaded their own, and we had to go and report that account. And so you have to be really careful. Like if you go to OpenSea and you search for like crypto dads or crypto moms or any really other project that's blown up, a lot of times there's these fraudulent accounts. And you can kind of look and see, and you can say, when you take a look at it on OpenSea, when you search for it, you can see, okay, crypto dads, for example. I know this because I search for it often. I'm always looking at the floor price because I want to get one. I am a dad. I consider myself a crypto dad. I just don't own a crypto dad. And I would love to get my wife one. But when you search for it, you have to make sure to find the right collection that has like thousands of ones in the collection. And those are going to be the official ones. Or if it's done enough trading and OpenSea has done their due diligence, then they might put like a blue verified check mark next to it in OpenSea. So those are some ways to make sure to not get scammed so that you're not buying the wrong thing or people aren't stealing out of your wallet. But Eric, let's go back to the very beginning, to the like very basics for NFT Security 101. And tell me this, like what you mentioned a wallet, and I've talked about it even too. So for anyone who's watching or listening to this that doesn't know what a wallet is, explain what a wallet is. And then real quick in Facebook, before you answer that, on the Facebook chat, we've got Manny in there dropping some, what's up guys? I love it. So Eric, unmute yourself on Clubhouse and then tell us, what is a wallet?
So a wallet is your crypto wallet. You can have, there's a lot of different wallet providers out there. One of the common ones, it's same thing as your wallet, your brown wallet you keep in your back pocket, although this is just stored online and it's just a internet wallet. And one of the biggest ones that we use for pretty much buying NFTs, at least as far as OpenSea goes, is called metamask.io. And there's training on there. You can YouTube how to set up your MetaMask wallet. You'll get basically 16 words that you need to protect. And it's just a wallet that keeps your crypto, keeps your keys in there. You have the keys to the kingdom, your wallet, and you have to protect those keys to your kingdom or your legacy or your assets. And it's just a wallet online. It's stored, everything's stored online on the blockchain, and you have the keys to recover that blockchain wallet and your ETH in that blockchain wallet. So MetaMask is the one that we're going to be using where our community is going to be minting through MetaMask on our website using the Web3 technology. And then if you want to ask about Sean about Coinbase and those kind of different between that and where they hold your keys versus where you hold your keys, I could talk about that too.
Yeah, I mean, it go ahead if you want to. That'd be great because I mean, a wallet is kind of a blend between a wallet that you'd keep like in your front or back pocket, as well as it's a wallet. It's a little bit of a blend between that, and it's a little bit of a blend between your safe and your house, right? Like your safe in your house, you're going to have a combination. You got to go like 33 right, and then 85 left, and then 63 right. And then, so the MetaMask wallet is going to give you two things. Number one, you're going to create a password, but your MetaMask or your Rainbow or your Coinbase wallet is going to give you a seed phrase. And so here's a huge tip for you guys for security, because I know that we've got someone on Facebook that asked, like, how do I keep people from stealing stuff? Well, one of the most common ways that people have stuff stolen is if they give away their seed phrase. So what a seed phrase is it's a collection of like 15 to 17 different words, and they're seemingly random. So when you create your wallet, you get your seed phrase, and you're going to write it down. Number one, I would not recommend writing it even in a digital spot. Write it down on pen and paper, or go in and get it tattooed on your arm. Well, don't do that, because you might if you give it away, you got some random words on there. But like, engrave it in metal. And I even know some people, like one guy I was talking to, he to not keep his seed phrase. There's two quick stories on this. One is he wrote down half of his seed phrase on like a card, like laminated it and gave it to his dad, and then put the other half in his safety deposit box and left the key to that like in a will, just in case something happens to him, someone can get into his wallet, because now he's got like $100,000 worth of crypto and NFTs in there. And then the other quick story about that is the reason why your seed phrase is so important is if you let's say, for example, you create your wallet on your desktop on Google Chrome, right? You create your password, it creates your wallet for you, and then it gives you your seed phrase. Well, then if you want to log in on the MetaMask app on your phone, then what you need to do is it's going to ask you for your seed phrase. That is the only time you should ever, that is the only time you should ever type in your seed phrase, is if you are logging in to a new device into your existing wallet. Because here's the story, is that this guy, his name is Brian. He was a podcast guest on a tech guy's show probably 8 or 9 years ago, back when Bitcoin was worth like $100 a coin. And this guy was like, hey, I'm telling you, Bitcoin is going to blow up. I'm going to gift you like 10 Bitcoin. He did the podcast show like twice. And so the guy gave him Bitcoin twice. And so now there's like 20 Bitcoin somewhere that is unrecoverable, because he took this. The guy said, hey, don't lose this seed phrase. Well, what Brian did is he had it engraved on this old like gateway computer. So you guys remember like the desktops that are like square, like the old ones? He had it engraved on like the inside of it. Well, then when he and his wife were moving, when he was moving, his wife threw out the computer. So somewhere in a dump in Virginia is hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of Bitcoin. Really, it's in the metaverse. It's online, but the keys to it are engraved on this computer. So if you're watching this in the year 2051 and you're looking for Bitcoin, you can go to a dump in Virginia and go metal searching for this old gateway computer and find the seed phrase because it's out there. And so do not give away your seed phrase. Here's what I did is I wrote it down on pieces of paper, and I gave one to my wife. And then I gave one, basically like I stashed it somewhere else in the house. I know some people are engraving it on metal tablets and those kinds of things. And by the way, if you're listening to this, if you're watching on this stream, please drop us a comment or a question, and we'd be glad to answer it. And then if you're in Clubhouse, Clubhouse is where the main conversation is happening. So if you want to come up and ask a question, Edalu, Shariah, Katie, Navneet, we'd love to have you guys join the stage. So please feel free to hit the raise hands button and come on up. And then if you're just joining us on Clubhouse, a little bit of what's called a reset of the room. This is NFT Security 101. We're just talking really basic stuff here, like, hey, how to not get stuff stolen out of your wallet, and what do you even do with a wallet? What do you do with that? And then Eric, you started to mention crypto and like Coinbase and those kinds of things. So what are some basic things that you do in order to keep even your crypto before you get ready to buy an NFT? What are some basic things that you do to keep your crypto safe when you buy it? I can hear you in Clubhouse. Let me check on the stream. Yeah, I don't hear you in the stream either. Oh, that stinks. We lost audio there. Let me try this. They can go through my microphone.
Can you hear me now? Okay. So what you will do is you put enough on your MetaMask. I'm getting kind of a echo. Facebook, can you guys hear me? Oh, Professor Z joins.
I can't hear you. I can't hear you on the stream still. Sorry, you guys, for the technical difficulty. What's up?
Okay, how about now?
There it is. That's it.
Okay, I just had to replug it in. Sorry, technical stuff. Thank you guys for coming up with us. So basically, you put enough. I use crypto.com. I like crypto app. They have a new commercial with Matt Damon. They gave the Hollywood credibility. Anyways, so I put enough. One of the things to protect yourself on the crypto app, for one, crypto app is kind of like they're like Coinbase in the sense that if you lose your money on.
Oh, hold up, Eric. I think we lost your audio on the stream again. Confirm. I can't hear you on my side. So confirm on Facebook and YouTube. Did we lose Eric again? Oh, there it is.
You got me?
Yep. You're good. All systems go.
Okay. So you can put 2FA on 2FA with this two-factor authentication, and also like where you have to get an email, like an email. So when I send money to my MetaMask, I have to like confirm with my like a text message and also 2FA like a authenticator. So that's one way to protect your money in your crypto app. And then when it goes to your MetaMask, you kind of just keep enough sometimes in there for what you need to do to kind of, it's almost like I treat MetaMask like that's the money that you go out with. Like if you're going to have 2K when you're going to the mall, or like if you're Kevin Hart, you might have $50,000 in your whatever, but that $50,000 is 2K for us normal people. So like if you're going out and you're putting 2K on your person, so if you got jacked and you lost 1K, 2K, like that's, so like MetaMask is, I mean, it's safer than that, honestly, but in a way you could look at like that to even protect yourself more. And a lot of the people who have a lot of money, they treat it like that. They're like, MetaMask, I treat that like my going out money. Like you keep enough to do transactions on the streets, enough to do transactions wherever you go, but keep your money in a safer place, safer, like a lot of people do Ledger, where it's like a cold wallet where no one has the keys except yourself. You have it in a safe, whatever. If that's for people who are doing a lot more like legacy, or they're not touching it, they're holding it for 2 years, so they're not trading it around. If you're trading it around, you could put it on different brokerages that also have 2FA, that have your, cell phone connected and your and an authenticator. And then so MetaMask, you just always treat MetaMask kind of like keep enough money in there to do transactions, like maybe 5-10 transactions with NFTs. So at 0.07 ETH, that's like now trading around $250 to $300. You can keep like 10x of that. So like 2,000 to 3,000. I'll keep 2,000 to 3,000 in MetaMask, and just kind of like that's like money that you do transactions with. You might buy some, sell some NFTs. Sometimes I'll wake up and one of my NFTs will sell for 0.2 ETH, and now you wake up and you have $1,000 extra, and you're like, oh, okay. So you could determine, hey, I want to send that back to my crypto app. I want to buy some CRO. I want to buy some, whatever next token you want to buy, Elon or whatever, Dogecoin. And so you just kind of, that's kind of how that's how I kind of operate now. Like that, obviously I still haven't done the whole Ledger thing where like people have $250,000 of ETH and that kind of stuff. They kind of look at it more like really more security. And so a ledger, it's like $150, $200. So when you think about it, $200 to protect 200,000, it's a good investment. Yeah.
There we go. Okay. Correct me if I'm wrong. But a ledger wallet, what that is there's a difference between a hot wallet. And I see that we've got Professor Z, we got Michael Morgan on stage. So Michael, we want to get to your question in just a second. But for everyone watching and listening, there's a difference. Some people in the crypto and NFT land, they call it a hot wallet or they call it a cold storage wallet. And so that's what Ledger was that Eric was referring to. A Ledger is actually a company, and they create they and other people create these devices. Now, be careful with this. Again, make sure you're buying from the link because there are fraudulent companies. If you don't go to Amazon. I've heard this recommended. Do not go to Amazon and search for a ledger because there's fraudulent ones. I heard someone bought one. Basically, what it is it's this little USB device. I'm holding up my hand. I mean, I've seen pictures of it. I don't own one, but they're, I don't know, 6 to 8 inches long. They plug into your computer. And then what happens is you can transfer your NFTs or you can transfer your cryptocurrency from your MetaMask wallet, which is what's called a hot wallet. It's warm because it's hot. It's like, I don't even know why they call it a hot wallet, but I think of cold storage though. This is my philosophy. Cold storage, and correct me if I'm wrong. Please, someone come up and correct me or type it into the chat. But my philosophy is imagine like, you know how when people go into like outer space in the movies and they get into these ships and they fly to Mars and it takes them like forever, like Avatar, the movie, right? They were in cold storage, right? And so in cold storage, they were like frozen in cryo kind of stuff. So cold storage is when you're going to store it for a long time, right? And so a cold storage wallet is this device. It's like a piece of hardware that you can plug into your computer. Then you can put your cryptocurrency and your NFTs on it, and then you can unplug it. If it's in that device and you unplug it from your computer, there is nobody in the world that can get it because it is now disconnected from the internet, right? It's in cold storage for long term. And that's what a ledger is that Eric was referring to. So Michael Morgan, what's up, man? Welcome to the stage on Clubhouse. We're going to hold it up so you guys can hear it on the stream. But what's up? You got questions? Have you bought and sold anything, or you just want to contribute to the conversation? What's going on?
Hello, friends. How's it going? Yeah, cool. Thanks for Eric inviting me up here. And I learned some cool stuff. Thanks for breaking some of that down. I thought about the same myself. But yeah, I mean, I'll just put out a real quick question there. So in terms of like any of the projects specifically that Eric has worked on, maybe some of his NFT stuff, how does he as a producer think about the value of what he puts in the NFTs and kind of like making sure that there's value for people who pick them up? And then also, does he provide any type of security for his own stuff or for anything he's producing? And how could people go about kind of securing whatever they pick up from his stuff?
Yeah, that's a good question. And Michael, some people don't know in Clubhouse, and Sean, I don't even think knows, is Michael is one of our music guys and one of our advisors. And he's on Meet the Team, Michael Morgan in the building. So we're glad to have you, Michael. So yeah, one of the things that we are doing as a community and our developer, one of the things, we had some people that set up some fake accounts called Kingdom Warriors Verification. If you get a DM and you're in our community from Kingdom Warriors Verification, that doesn't exist. It's a scam. And so what we were blocking pretty much any names of people, scammers trying to come in our Discord that have like Kingdom Warriors Verification or trying to use Kingdom Warriors official names and trying to come in here and mass DM our community with fake phishing links. So we're banning those. We're putting some security in code to basically just have some auto moderator, auto banning for people that we don't let people post links in our Kingdom chat. So we banned links. So even and I know it's like the thing, you one bad apple ruins it for the rest. But I'd rather no one be able to post links except if staff, then let people just get their money taken, and all that, you know. So we don't let people do that. So people aren't gonna be able to post any not while we're sleeping or our moderators are taking a break. No one's just gonna be able to post links and be like, hey, you guys, everyone go to the site, and then they end up getting jacked. So we don't allow that in our community. We also have if you go to our announcements right now, I just posted an announcement in Kingdom Warriors. Go to the link in bio here, and you will be able to go join our Kingdom Warriors community. We have a channel called Security Strategy. It has a lock emoji on it, and in there you're going to be able to keep getting good security measures, good best practices in written form. This video will be posted there tonight or tomorrow, and we're going to also just be bringing on some cybersecurity experts. We actually have one that works for like DoD and DC. That's one of our Leo, who's one of our community members and people who really has added a lot of value to our community. He runs a cybersecurity firm. I'm going to be interviewing him soon. And we're going to just be doing a lot more content, interviewing people in the space. Our developer, he in our smart contract is writing some like crazy killer code to make sure that our whitelist during pre-sale, that they're only going to be able to mint 2 and put, just make sure that they put in the code that, hackers aren't going to be able to just try to mint 50 or 100 and then they get all the Kingdom Warriors and that everyone else doesn't, which I've been on projects, even big projects with good developers that have had trouble with that. So those are some of the things we implement. Things we're implementing to protect our community, keep our community safe, and education. I mean, the biggest part about crypto and the whole way that we can get away from making the banks and the bankers billions is we become more responsible as a people. And obviously, even I don't know how to educate, even loving on the people who steal. Like, hey, if you're out there, we still love you. We still want you to not steal. We still want you to not to think you have to scam people out of their crypto. I don't know. As far as getting people not to ever scam, I guess it's going to just take more love and more of that. But as far as us protecting ourselves, we got to take responsibility over our wallet. Don't click on bad links, and then just get educated. Go to YouTube, type in how to protect myself, how to protect my crypto. Go to our channel, watch all of our content, read all of our content on NFT. We're on NFT education and security strategy. And yeah, it's education is key. Personal responsibility is the way forward as far as crypto. I think as we get more stabilized and we get more, what would you call it? Corporate, mainstream, there's going to be more, the government's going to want to make their USA coin or something. Who knows? They're going to be like, oh, if you get jacked out of Chase Bank's USA coin, we're going to protect you up to this point, and I think the people too, I mean, like I said, with crypto app or Coinbase, as long as it's their fault, which they'll probably never say it's their fault of like, oh, you probably let someone get your password or something, that's why you lost your money. But as long as it's not, there's places like Coinbase and stuff where they're supposed to be insured and still have some level of basically protection. I hope that answered your question. And Professor Michael, he's actually working on some music for us too. So Michael, if you have a rap for us on security, I don't know if you have that on the spot.
Wait.
Was this Michael? Was Michael the one
The
that
rapper.
was rapping? Then one of the first nights I joined with you guys, I was able to listen in on this.
This is that Michael, yeah.
Yes, Michael, what's up, dude? I should have recognized that. What's up, man? I love it.
Just chilling with the homies on stage. That's it.
Yes. For those of you in Facebook and YouTube, he said, just chilling with the homies on stage. I love it. One of the reasons why I was so bought into Kingdom Warriors, if you're listening to this or watching this, is this is the very first time. I've never heard anybody else do this, but they had Michael freestyle rap twice about the project, about NFTs, about what the community was saying in the chat, and it was so dope. It was so much fun. And so Michael, great connecting with you. I followed you here on Clubhouse. I need to better know everybody. We got a bunch of people on the Kingdom Warriors team, so this is awesome.
Yeah, Clubhouse is legit, man. I remember way back in the day, I was just trolling through different chats trying to figure out what this whole Web3 thing was, and trying to kind of follow the rabbit trail a little bit. And I legitimately think, from what I've heard just being on this chat for like 10, 15 minutes, is the information that you're providing people is super valuable. This place should be full of people, just because when you break down things like, cold storage versus hot storage and what ledgers are, and, you hear Eric kind of speak with the transparency that he is about what's going on in a Discord group. And, I think this is some seriously great content. So and people can get this access to this because it's really, really good stuff.
Well, dude.
Well, thank you for the compliments, man. Really appreciate those compliments. I think it's great. Number one is replays are on Clubhouse. We are streaming this to YouTube. So we definitely will repurpose the videos. We'll be able to repurpose the audio. I just got a notification that we had a bunch of people listen to the other replay of the last Clubhouse room that we did together, Eric. And that was, and you should be able to pull your phone down, Eric, when I'm talking, because I've got my mic here. But we just got a notification with other people listening to the replays, and we'll be able to take some clips from this and maybe kind of chop it up and have some fun with it. But we did get a question. Before we get to the question, because there's a really good question that you've put on screen, Eric. And the question says, what if I never kept my seed phrase? And I have not bought an NFT yet. Should I just make another wallet? That is an amazing question. I've never had anybody ask that before, and we need to answer that. But before, I want to talk briefly about the importance of the Discord security too, and being careful there. Because I did hear there's another Discord project, another NFT project that I heard about, and I'm in their Discord also. They're pre-launch right now. They were supposed to have already launched. But this is going back to, again, why it's important to have a doxed team, right? A team that is released their information and you know who they were. Because this project, they created their mint, they created their everything, got ready to launch, and they started to sell. And they sold and they sold and they sold and they sold. And then all of a sudden, they realized there was a change in the contract. As soon as the contract was written by the developer in such a way that as soon as they launched and they sold, and they didn't know who the developer was. They went through like some kind of channels where they just didn't know who it was. They thought that they were a great person. They were experienced. Well, that person who was anonymous wrote the contract in such a way that it changed the receiving address. So imagine if Kingdom Warriors, if we launched and all of a sudden, like the address that was supposed to receive the funds changed to an address that nobody knew who or what was controlling it, then that was a really big problem. So I think that that's a super important point that you brought up, Michael, is the within Discord security. And especially if you don't want to be stolen from, if you don't want to be a victim. I've had my truck when I was living in Phoenix, Arizona. When my pickup truck, which I thought was secure, someone smashed the window the day before I got home from like a week-long trip, because my wife went and checked on my truck every once in a while and stole like gift cards and sunglasses. Now, it tells you that they're not an outdoor person because they didn't steal my $100 rain jacket, but they did steal some other stuff, and it sucks. Like, it sucks being a victim. Nobody wants to be that victim. Nobody wants to be a victim like that. It just doesn't feel good. You kind of feel violated. And so especially if it's worth a couple $1,000s or if it could blow up, there's just a lot of bad apples. So making sure that you pay attention when you're joining a Discord, or if you're following a project and you're thinking about becoming an investor, pay attention to what they are doing to keep you safe and to keep the community safe from those bad apples. And then the question Eric, I want to give it to you first, and you, Michael. So again, the question is, what if I never kept my seed phrase? I have not bought an NFT yet. Should I just make another wallet? What should that person do?
Yeah, 100%. Make a new wallet. If you never kept your seed phrase, then you're not gonna be able to re-access it, unless you can remember your password. If you can remember your password, you can just log in MetaMask with your password. But if you can't remember your password, you have to know your seed phrase. Best practice, I would just set up a new wallet, write it down, print it out, take a couple pieces of print, put maybe one in a lockbox, one in your safe or your whatever, somewhere safe, like your secret hiding spot that only you would know in your house. And if your house burnt down, try to remember it if you can. If you can't, try to remember it, plus keep it at a friend's house. You're somewhere, a safety deposit box, a lockbox outside your house, just so you have it. And that's what I would do. You, Michael?
I experimented with this stuff for a little while back in the day. So I created like multiple MetaMask accounts, and I found a different, depending on which computer I was logged into, based on my Google Chrome app, and had with the MetaMask extension and all that. I found some of my computers kept like all of my stuff logged in. And actually, in terms of security, this might be important. I had a friend over, and he was logging into his MetaMask on my browser. Just we were kind of like doing some stuff. I was showing him how to log in and get some NFTs and things like that. Anyway, he stayed logged in to my browser, and so at some point, I actually was like going through the browser to the different MetaMasks that I had attached. And his came up like with all of his stuff there, all of his money. I could have, done whatever. I didn't, and pretty much just let him know, hey, bro, you're still signing into my stuff. I'm gonna log you out. He's like, oh, thanks so much, man. But I don't know if anyone else has had that experience, but it's also worth remembering. This is still like a web app in the case of MetaMask as an extension. And so when you sign in, that also can stay signed in wherever you're trying to sign in, if you're in a public space or whatever that is. So those are just some things I would say to remember, be aware of, and try not to get your mask and your wallet opened up in different locations. Other than that, though, I think everything you said was awesome, Eric. And I just would encourage people to really not be afraid and be smart start with small amounts. Have maybe one account that you're not going to spend more than maybe $500 with, and just know that, and then have something else where you've got your seed names written down, as I do, on large art paper. I have those seeds then, sent in encrypted files to myself as well. And just as a little security, thing, I don't just take pictures of my files because I have my camera hooked up to Amazon Photos and Google Photos, and I don't want that info. So I don't snap photos of my actual seed info. I write them down, and then I encrypt email, send them to myself. So that's what I do. Maybe that's helpful to some people.
Yeah, that's really good advice. I didn't think about that. Is screenshots. Don't take screenshots, because the people, those phishing links, a lot of times they'll create like some software, some bot to look at all your files, scan all your files. And I've seen this with some Bored Ape people who have Bored Apes, people who have the $1 million NFTs. They find those people's Twitters, they get friends with them, they try to connect with them, especially the people they know have like over $250 million of assets, which one Bored Ape could be worth $1 million. It could be worth at least $250 million or more. So they get friends with some of those people, try to become cool with them, get them to click on a link. Then they get some software that they write on their, they put on their computer, they scan all their files, and if they find an image that says like MetaMask or like PK, private key or something, then they'll have something that will find a file that says that. They'll extract that file, and then they will have those keys, go to MetaMask, upload those keys, they'll make offers to their to those NFTs, and they'll basically accept them for like super cheap. Then they just bought all their NFTs, siphoned them for super cheap, and that's how they're stealing these Bored Apes. People are getting like 16 of their NFTs stolen that are like all super like expensive NFTs, and it's just sad. And they do it just even trying to befriend these people. So yeah, and even what Professor Michael said is, yeah, if your MetaMask, if you have your password up, or even sometimes like right now, I can click on my MetaMask, and yeah, it's just up, like it's just up there, right? So yeah, if your MetaMask, I mean, if it's just sitting there on your desktop, I mean, people could just click on it and even send money if you keep a lot of money in there, send it to themselves. Michael had it to someone else's computer. So yeah, even your computer, your stuff, like you don't even want to have your computer around people that you don't trust, because yeah, someone could just everyone could just make sure that you just yeah, everyone could, or if you just had it sitting there, yeah, you want to always log out of your stuff. If you sell a computer, you need to make sure you log out, all that stuff. So that's really good advice, Michael. I appreciate it.
I love it. I love it. Well, I agree with you guys on the basics. Yes, to the answer. Also, like, definitely get a new wallet, transfer whatever you had in there to the other wallet, and then because here's the thing: is that if you lose your seed phrase or if you give it away, it is of no use to you. And if for some reason someone steals your seed phrase and they scan it, just like Eric and Michael were talking about, if they get a hold of your seed phrase, get your stuff out of there, create a new wallet, and transfer your stuff out of there as soon as possible. And here's the other small recommendation that I had is keep an eye on your if you do a lot of minting and you do a lot of connecting. If you don't do it like it, you don't have to do it as much, but keep an eye on the transactions. I've also heard where people will test it. Well, they're like steal their information, and then they'll take a little bit out, and then a little bit out, and then a little bit out, and then all of a sudden one day it'll be gone, right? And so be aware of those kind of like the death by 1,000 cuts kind of thing. It's kind of like logging into your bank account and making sure that there's no fraudulent Amazon transactions in there, right? And then here's my last couple of tips for everyone, just some basic security ones, because we're approaching the hour. We just hit the hour. Congratulations, we did it. Mm-hmm. We're at an hour on the dot. So here's the last couple of tips for everyone for how to keep your NFTs and your crypto safe. Number one is in MetaMask. I literally just turned it on mine because I didn't even have it on. I was locking mine, which is basically like logging out. So in your MetaMask extension, you can go to settings and you can turn on auto lock within a certain amount of time. I set mine at 5 minutes. If I'm idle for more than 5 minutes in MetaMask, it's going to automatically lock it so that it can't have nobody else is logged in and nothing can happen there. It won't connect to anything. Number two is you should, I heard this recommended by a guy named Brian Fanzo, who's running a really cool NFT project. But what he recommends is every Sunday night. Now, I do it more often than this, but at least once a week, go to MetaMask. You click on next to where it says like account, you can click on the 3 little dots and then go to the bottom and it says connected sites. Those are all of the websites that you've connected to. That would be like OpenSea, or if you connect to Kingdom Warriors, when we have a website and we launch for NFT, you can do that as well. But you're going to want to disconnect from all of those sites so that you keep your wallet safe and secure. So go ahead and disconnect those. And then the last tip that I have for everyone is be aware of airdrops. Like I know, Eric, you got, I think like $1,500 you said worth of, is it Looks from Looks Rare, the airdrop that they did. And I know that some people, especially if you're like an influencer, they will airdrop people an NFT. Well, if you interact with that, I have heard where sometimes there is a basically like a hidden line of code so that if you interact with that NFT or with that airdrop, it can trigger some kind of smart contract and all of a sudden you can lose all of your stuff. So just be safe and secure. Don't click on anything from strangers. Be aware of those kinds of things. I know that I've gotten airdropped a couple things in OpenSea, and it was in my hidden folder when I was connected there. And I did move it into the unhidden, so I unhid it. but I didn't do much more than that. But I also knew who it was coming from, and because they told me ahead of time, hey, we're gifting you with these things. You can do that. Like sometimes people will enter giveaways and those kinds of things. So we're at the hour mark. This has been a really fun conversation. Michael, thanks for jumping up. Eric, I want you to shut us down, man. Shut it down. Oh, Eric, they can't. Eric, real quick, they can't hear you again in YouTube and Facebook. He's refreshing. Hold. He's refreshing. It's just me, you guys. And then Eric is going to start his point over. I promise it was a good one. He was starting to talk about the NFT drops and the crypto drops. Like I know that there has been a couple of crypto drops. SOS was one. Gas was another, and latest is Look. So Eric, go ahead and restart that thought for
All right. Am I back?
You're back. You're good.
Okay, perfect. So two that are legit that are happening right now that you have till sometime this month. I know for one of them, go on our Twitter. We just posted it, I think yesterday or recently. You can go watch that, and our YouTube, Kingdom Warriors NFT on YouTube. You can go watch it. And I basically share my screen, show you what I did, talk about the facts. But basically Looks and there's a lot of Web3 technologies. They call it the Web3 stimulus check that the government doesn't give you. But basically you do have to be like an active OpenSea person, an active, like you're actually spending money on OpenSea, buying and selling. And you have to hit certain amount. Like for Looks, you have to spend over 3 ETH. And that's if you like buy and sell over 3 ETH. So I ended up qualifying for 400 Looks tokens, which I'm looking right now, and it's $3 a share. So that was free money. It's $2.81 now a share. It's up 27%. So that's $3 a share. So that ended up being after you cashed out to ETH. I cashed it out to ETH and I put it to my crypto app and I exchanged it to fiat. So I have cash. And so that ends up being $1,200. I sold around 900. And yeah, it's real money. It's actually in my crypto app right now. I put it to fiat and now it's on my crypto metallic card. And I get paid CRO to spend that money on USD or on regular things I would anyways. And so one of the other ones was SOS. I think you have till sometime this year, you have a little bit longer. But you can, if you spent a certain amount of money on, you'll qualify. I think it's even less than 3 ETH. But if you spend a certain amount of money on OpenSea, they're giving out, the SOS token, which for that I earned $1,500. And once I cashed out, and I cashed both of them out, they're both legit. And you do have to pay gas to obviously swap, all that kind of stuff. So you're going to have some money in your in MetaMask to pay for the transaction. But I mean, these are literally like that. Those two things, 900 plus 1,500. That's $2,500 I earned from Web3 technology, just being a part of the system. This is already things I already do. I'm just investing in Web3. I'm just being an NFT community. I'm buying and selling NFTs. I've sold like 3 NFTs for about $5,000 just for getting lucky and getting a rare one or being in a decent project. And I've also bought like 50 of them that are worth probably pennies right now. So it's like just for being I would say I'm kind of like, maybe I'm up 5,000 on buying and selling, but I still own 60-some NFTs that hopefully they go to the moon one day when NFTs go like more mainstream. I don't know. Well, you never know. But I have woken up where a project will finally like start delivering some of their game or some of their whatever, the utility that they, we're going to do. And then overnight I sold like 7 NFTs and woke up like $1,700. Like, so there are times if a project starts delivering, there will be like hype overnight. I do want to let we have Sean that's having a baby soon, so get ready. You guys wish Sean some love. He's going to be having a baby boy soon in the house. Georgia boy, right? Or no?
Nope.
No, Florida kid.
Florida.
He's
Yeah.
a Florida kid.
I got a Georgia peach. I got a 4.5-year-old Georgia peach, and I'm going to have a Florida orange little boy.
Yeah, and Georgia Bulldogs won yesterday. Michael, I would like for Michael just in 60 seconds to close us off with the NFT security wrap and wrap us up. Can you do that, Michael?
Thanks always. I love you guys. All right, so I'm just gonna. I'll wrap up what I heard, and then I'll throw in a couple pop culture references because we all know that's what's great. All right. So first of all, actually, yeah, help me out for like 1 minute on this. So I'm gonna give whatever I heard. I'm gonna repeat it back, and then if you want to add on to some things I'm sure I missed, that would be great too. So what I heard is talking about hot and cold, ledgers, the whole wallet thing. We talked about MetaMask Chrome extensions. We got into some discussions about some free NFT stuff. What was that called, Eric?
Airdrop.
Who was it that gave that to you?
SOS.
And looks.
SOS and looks. Okay. Cool. Let me get those down here. And then what did I miss before I came on?
Just basics, NFT security. Don't answer DMs, that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
Treat everyone like they're a scammer in DMs.
Yeah, man, that's no joke, man. That's really no joke. All right. All right. Well, I can rip off that. That's perfect. Thanks for bringing that up. All right, here we go. Man, I got some dope beats going on over here, but that's a little complicated, so I'll just go ahead and acapella, I guess. But man, every time we got these dope beats, it's so much better. So
Sean, you got some music?
I can get some music.
Sean had some music earlier pumping that was pumped me up. Wait, I think Sean's about to put some on. Give him 2 seconds.
If you got some stuff, that's great. Although I think there is always a little bit of a lag issue, so it sounds real weird, but it's all good.
Can you hear that?
A little bit, yeah. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Woo! I like that. Yo. Check it. Hey. All right. I'm ignore the lagging. It's like I'm wagging. My dog tail in a moment, yo, we bagging. The Bilbo bagging, the dope is trapping. Everywhere I go, we got it. That's why I'm never letting them snap it. Off my security keys, my secret signs. Everywhere I go, I know I got it alive. So you cannot try to touch me because I'm feeling so high. Even in the moment now, I got it alive. Hey, we bringing it back. I know we still with the scratch. It's coming from you on the Twitter chat. Hey, it hits you like that. Somehow in a moment. Even greater than Mickey Mouse, keep rolling down Main Street with the dopest of NFTs. I got my Kingdom Warriors with THC. Hey, bring it back in a moment. I know we dopest. We're flowing in the holiest of holies. Oh, I give it back so you can't touch that. I keep it behind the veil. The Shekinah glory. You can't even get to it. Instead you stay upon it. Looking down on the mountain like what's up with my homie? He about to rock it up to the next level. So I'ma give it to him with the face in the trouble. Like my homie son, he whips it up. And I'll be like, dang, homie, what's the dopest of beats that I got? We never lonely. We out here together. That's the kingdom community. We're keeping each other safe. So just like a loon, can't get in here and try to take my money from the DM. Peace out. Yo, please in. Let them know it's all love in here, but we gonna watch your back. Watch my back, I'm gonna watch your back. We get not on Slack, but on Discord we keep peace in a moment, yeah, and never ever give away your heat.
Hey, dude.
Hey, give it up for Michael, y'all. That was fire. Hey, you guys, Michael is recording a legit in the studio in California. We haven't announced it yet, but you're going to be hearing some more dope studio rap from Michael. I just heard a sneak peek today. Get in the Discord, get ready. He's going to have a studio, California, LA. Michael's from LA. He's going to get LA rap for you guys. Get ready, and it's going to be fire. You guys are going to love it.
Yeah, thank you, man. It's going to be great. We're having a really good time with it, bringing some of these awesome characters to life. So thank you for giving us that opportunity, and much love to you all. That was awesome. Thanks for giving me the chance.
Dude, Michael freaking crushed it, man. I was over here so hyped. When you dropped the line about not doing it in Slack, but doing it in Discord, I was like, hey! Yes. I love it.
It's all true, man. It's all good because it's true, man. It's like I can't make this stuff up.
Oh, 100%, man. That was dope. I loved it. Oh, this is so fun. Well, dude, hey, this was great. If you're just joining us, catch the replays. We talked NFT Security 101, how to keep your wallet safe, how to keep your crypto safe, how to keep your NFT safe, how to keep your seed phrase safe. Watch out for the DMs in Discord, and we will see you around. Be sure to join the Kingdom Warriors Discord, and we'll see you guys later. Peace out, y'all.